Good day. With me here in BTV, Washington, D.C., to analyze the joint briefing by the leader of indigenous people of Biafra and Dr. Cho Ayaba, the leader of Ambazonia. Here I have with me Father Ede.
Thank you for welcoming me.
On his right is Mazi Kenumba.
Thank you for having me.
Dr. Mekus.
Thank you, sir.
And Dr. Lawal.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Thank you. We are going to analyze this wonderful briefing today, which is historic between these two new nations, the Biafra and Ambazonia. We're going to share the take home. What do you think about this joint briefing and the alliance between Biafra and Ambazonia? I will start with you, Dr. Lawal.
Thank you for welcoming me. My name is Dr. Umi Lawal. I'm from the contraption called Nigeria, but I'm a Yoruba extraction. It is historic and it is phenomenal that Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the IPOB, that is the indigenous people of Biafra, and the leader of the Ambazonia came together today to come and make an historic message, not only to their peoples, but to the entire world. And it's putting the entire world on stage. So they're coming together today to demonstrate the alliance that should have even happened almost 40, 30 years ago, but it's happening now. It's so imperative that we all knew what it meant. And what does it mean to the Biafran people and the Ambazonia? It means they are going to work collaboratively against their oppressors. Who wants to suppress them, who wants to subjugate them, who wants to enslave them and use their resources to benefit themselves. Who are these people? The government of Nigeria, which is the Fulani economic government. And what are they trying to do? To subjugate both the Biafrans, the Yoruba, and every other nation that is constituted in the southern part of this country called Nigeria. So the historic movement of today needs to be recorded. We are putting the United States, Britain, and every other nations that might be in support of this contraption called Nigeria on notice that we will not stand for subjugation, for suppression, for oppression, for untimely death of our people. As a Yoruba woman, I knew what has been going on, the sporadic genocide that is going on. They have done it 50 years ago, 51 years ago with the Civil War. They want to start it all over again. We are not going to take it. We are not going to stand for it. There's nothing wrong in self-determination. And this is what IPOB, Ambazonian people, and the Yoruba people are saying to the federal government of Nigeria. We are not going to be subjugated. Our resources are not going to be in the hands of our oppressors. We are people of commitment. We are people of greatness. And we are not going to be the stool stand or the tail bearer of any country. We are going to stand just as Britain is standing, just as the United States is standing away from Britain. Nobody can tell the United States what to do. Therefore, Nigeria cannot. And I say it again, Nigeria cannot ask IPOB people or the Yoruba people to be subjugated to them or to be oppressed while they are occupying their lands and using their resources. It will not happen. This is the 21st century. We have the right to self-determination, which is one of the congruent, one of the most core fundamentals of human rights. It is our right to self-determination, to support our people, to be progressive, and to do whatever we want with our people, our own government, and use our resources to develop our people and our lands. And the Fulani economy is not allowing that, and that we will not take. So we are putting both the United States and Britain on notice that if they know what is good for them, they better start talking to the Nigerian government because they are the cause in the first place. This Fulani economy in Nigeria is the cause that Britain wanted to permeate because of their greediness, their wickedness, and their bloodletting. But we are not going to take any more of that. And that's where I stand. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Dr. Mekus,
Yes.
what do you have to tell us? And
Yes,
we need to know your heart, what you think about this alliance between Biafrans and Ambazonians.
Thank you, host. I think these two great leaders are very courageous. I think the inspiration they have is something that has to come from the above. I first will have to thank them for their courage and those that they have put together that are somewhere defending their lands. They made it very clear what the significance of this historic day is. They clearly said it. One, that there's a resolution that nothing on the face of this earth will stop. And that is, these two nations must exist. Because they have taken nothing from anybody. They are asking for nothing for anybody to survive. They just want to let alone, and they are going to liberate their people who have been enslaved for centuries. It's not 30, 40 years ago, 60 years like they said. Anybody that knows the history knows that this goes back for centuries. And those of us here, whether you like it or not, the Ambazonians in the diaspora, the Biafrans in the diaspora, are nothing but British, Fulani, exiled diasporan slaves. We cannot be slaves. They made it impossible and uninhabitable in our God-given and chased us out here and made us self-slaves. We brought ourselves here, whereas our forefathers of the black in this country were forcibly brought here. I think the history is clear. I think the nightmare today is that we don't have that tool they call TV to be the only source that gives information. If that was the case, we would not be where we are today, and that has been a hindrance. And our Creator has made it possible that everybody is at least a freelance journalist. So they clearly said that Biafra and Ambazonia have been slaves. They have encouraged every Ambazonian and Biafra, wherever you are in the world, to get together and do not relent in their effort to secure our place and go back home where we come from. Both natural resources, both brain, we do have it. We can do what anybody else can do. They have stopped us from doing it, and I agree with them and go with them that we will never, ever, ever allow anything else to stop this, to move forward. So the major significance is they say respect us and we respect you. Respect us as free-born human beings like you. You cannot lord over us again. Our parents died slaves. Our foreparents died slaves. We are slaves. And we have resolved that our own children and future generations will never, ever, ever be slaves.
Amen.
And these two nations, they said, are going to collaborate and defend themselves and prosper themselves, and then expand by reaching out to countries that will be friends with them. You don't force anybody to be friends with you. So I am very much, happy today that at the long last, those of us who came here to go to school and were forced to be back here, up till now, will have a chance to go free and live free and have our own children to be free. So it's a historic day, and a day that has been immortalized, and it has opened up a future that has never been there before for millions of Biafrans and Ambazonians. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. Some people may think, considering the population of the indigenous people of Biafra and the population of the Ambazonians, how many millions they are. Some could say they are not big enough, they're not enough number, and all that. And Mazi Ken, you have seen that there are so many countries out there that doesn't even have up to the population we have in Biafra land or in Ambazonia. And then sharing this joint briefing between our nation and Ambazonia, how do you put the population thing to rest when people fear that we don't have a good number in the light of this joint briefing?
Thank you for having me, Maz. You know what? When they're talking about population, I don't see why population should be an issue in this manner. There's a country in Europe, they're sharing border with France. That country is Monaco.
Monaco.
Monaco. Monaco, their population is, I think, is 39,000 something. They're not even up to a million. Norway is, I think, is about 10 million or something. Belgium is 5 point something million. So, how can somebody say that Ambazonia, their population is too small? You see, this is just a conspiracy theory. They want to lump, just say Africa, they want to lump everybody together. You see, people that have divergent culture, divergent views, they lump them together and call them a content. So dividing Nigeria will benefit everybody. Just like now we and Ambazonia have formed, trying to form an alliance. So this adage, there's one adage that says, divided we fall, united we stand. So by forming alliance with Ambazonia, it will help us to share intelligence. It will help us to share, because when something are pursuing you and pursuing me,
you have common enemy.
So we have to come together to fight our common enemy. And that our common enemy is the Fulanis and the British and some Western countries. So these Westerners don't see us as human beings. They see us as animals. So by actualizing the state of Biafra and the Ambazonia, we will show the world that the so-called black, because they call us black and we take it. I'm not black, my body is not black, your body is not black. So how can you tell me I'm black and you are white? There's no human color that is white. There's no human color that is black. So it's all about mentality. So we have to start to reason like human beings. We have to start to think like human beings. So coming together for Ambazonia and Biafra, it will benefit everybody. It will benefit Biafra, it will benefit Ambazonia, and it will benefit Africa. So that's what I say about it.
Will benefit the whole world, the whole mankind,
yes.
Not just Biafrans, not all. It will even benefit the Nigerians,
yes.
Those who will remain in Nigeria. If there's in the end,
think it this way. Let me come in here. Think it this way. Let's say Biafra, for instance. If Biafra move away from Nigeria and establish our own country, we will have Air Force, we have the military, we have the custom, we have the immigration, we have the road safety. When you combine those together, it will swallow our youths. There will be nothing like unemployment. There will be construction. There will be a foreign investment coming in, just like in Oduduwa, just like in Amazonia. But the way it is now, the Fulanis are dragging everybody back. You see? So those two countries, or three countries, or as many countries as it is that will split from Nigeria, it will help everybody instead of bringing people back.
Okay. Thank you. Father, you've heard what our sister and my two brothers said, and also the briefing from the leader of indigenous people of Biafra and the leader of Ambazonia. What is your take? What do you think should be our next move? Because we are in the new era. It's no longer play as usual for some people. What is your take on this alliance
Mazi, thank you so much for having me. And I thank God for the opportunity given to these two great emerging nations, Ambazonia and Biafra, to have this joint press briefing. I think this briefing will bring a shockwave to the international community. It will bring shockwave to Britain, to France, America, because everybody will start panicking. The zoo will start panicking for forming alliance with these two freedom fighting nations. And it will embolden the freedom fighters in both emerging nations. In Biafra, they will now, in fact, they are seeing themselves as a nation already. For seeing these two great leaders having an international press conference. And I think some international media will also carry it in future. So it is significant, and it will make those who have been sitting on the fence to even come out more. And for the Oduduwa brothers and sisters, that will also prepare them into being serious in their own struggle for.
They are serious too.
Well, they are serious in the sense that something is still lacking in the Oduduwa struggle. You see, the zoo is not going to give you your right by begging. You need to take it by force. They have to realize that. They have formed two security groups. Only Omotekun was giving pop action. The new one has nothing. You can't take what belongs to you by begging. Fulani understands one language. Force.
Force. Deadly force.
Deadly force. And that is what they understand. Okay. So this day is important. It is significant, and it has given an indelible mark, not only in the Biafrans and Ambazonians, but it will even embolden others who intend going into their own struggle for freedom.
Okay. I think moving forward now, some people been talking about not being able to, or to stop sponsoring or patronizing British interests. We still fly in their airplanes. We still fly what's it called? British Airways. Some of us, Air France. We land in their area, buy things, and then give them more money to come and attack us or to continue to enslave us. I think, or do you think it's time that we start riding or flying the British Airways?
Yes, I think I will take you on that question. It is very long overdue.
That's right.
Very long overdue.
Yes.
Anybody who is a reader that have studied history also knows that this country, our great country, America, had to fight Britain and fight them off to be where they are today. Yes. Millions died. Now, what I want to say is, British Airways, Britain knows Fulani is not in this country. President Biden, Fulani didn't vote for you. The Nigerians that voted for you here, of which one is who? Igbos
and Yorubas and the Ambazonians.
Money, the Republican Democrats in this country are taking money from Obama. I grew up in Chicago with him. Clinton. They have answers to Biafran children. They have to answer us. Vice President Biden, who was vice president, went to Nigeria. He went to the north, to the Fulanis, who are not in this country, don't pay taxes. The people that clean boats in nursing homes in this country are the Igbos. That's why they want us to stay here. It's over today. That's one of the main significance of this. And you heard them say it. By fair and foul means, we are not waiting for any country at all. We're not begging anybody for anything. We don't need anybody's assistance. It's fire to fire, and we must go at all costs. My children and my own grandchildren will never be slaves in anybody's country. They will be in Biafra. And that's the significance. So, all shall, British establishments, airline, let Fulani fly their airline. Fulani live in the bush. They ride to what? Donkey. Do they buy fuel?
No.
Do Fulani, but they live in the bush, killing our people. Do they work with have cars? No. We are the ones supporting the people killing us with our resources. It's over.
Not only that, if I can add to what Dr. I've just said, when you look at the breadth and length of this country, 60% of Africans that are here are from the Biafran and the Yoruba land.
Don't say Nigeria. No more Nigeria.
No more Nigeria. Biafran and the Yoruba nation.
How many Fulanis are in this country?
They have not even come here to study.
How many Fulanis are doctors in this country?
In many institutions of this country.
How many are nurses?
Igbos and Yorubas are the leaders there. We are contributing massively to the development of this nation. Research has brought it out that the most educated people in this nation are the Igbos and the Yorubas in this nation. Where are the Fulanis? The money that we contribute to this country is enough for us to go back to our Igbo land and our Yoruba land and be one of the best nations in the world.
You pay taxes.
We pay taxes. Yes. We build the nations. Most of the medical schools and hospitals are fueled by Igbos and Yorubas. Where are the Hausas and where are the Fulanis in this country? And then we saw Biden sending emissaries to that nation called Nigeria in Lagos. It did not go to the governor of Lagos. It did not go to the Oba of Lagos, but he went to the Seriki, who is a nobody in Lagos Island. It's an insult. It's a slap. President Biden, Vice President Harris, you're a black woman. If you know your history, you will know that what Fulani is doing is an extraction of the Arabs. They still want to enslave black people, and it's not going to happen on our watch. Our grandparents will have suffered slavery. Our fathers will have suffered suppression and obligation. With this generation, will not allow it, will not end our children being ruled by imbeciles and morons in that country called Nigeria. We are going to have our land. Even if it's only one man standing, we will not allow the Fulanis to rule our children, because our children are progressive.
Okay. What do you think? I mean, Mazimba, please come in here.
Coming to the boycotting of British airline.
Yes.
I have never flown British Airways. I don't patronize their business. And until I leave this world, I'll never go to Britain. Because I don't see the reason why what the British have contributed in doing our people.
Yes.
Starving 2 million children to death. Just children, 2 million children, starving them to death by putting food blockade through air, land and sea. And they're killing 5 million population of a tribe. How do you expect me to love British government? So I'm a proponent of boycotting anything boycottable for British.
For Britain. Mm-hmm.
And if Britain keep doing this, I'm afraid that at times our people will start to attack their interest. Because you have to take whatever that you have to get what you want.
Yes.
So, in this context, I don't know, I have been in this country for X amount of years. I don't know how, I have not seen a Fulani man working in a gas station or working in a nursing home or Fulani doctor or Fulani engineer. So I don't know the reason why America should not put hands to divide Nigeria. Divide Nigeria.
Let us go.
And make Nigeria divide Nigeria and let the individual tribes stay and take their nation and leave Nigeria. So to cap my own contribution, I want the United States to look into this matter. But if they don't want to look into it, I know that Fulanis will not survive, because if they succeed, America is not safe. This country is not safe. If Fulani succeed in Fulanizing Nigeria, the moment they get Nigeria, Africa is in their pocket. And our brother Simon Akpa have been saying that, but the leaders of this world don't want to listen. So dividing Nigeria is going to be by hook or crook. And we don't want to, if the people don't want to help us, we are ready to help ourselves.
Okay, thank you. We will end this edition, and our appeal tonight is to the governors. The governors, they have been adopting our men, adopting our people, taking them from the east to Abuja and to the north. This is an opportunity for them to please, we asking you now to release our boys, to release the IPOB members, to release the Igbos, to release the Biafrans you hold or that have been kidnapped. If you want to make peace, if you think you have wronged the Biafrans, if you think you have been wrong all along, the best thing you can do this time is to release those men and women you have been holding. Release them and let them come back peacefully to the family. Moving forward, the game will change, and it has changed. We have seen most of you these days changing the story to favor or to become a friend to the Biafrans, to friend to the IPOB. But more we need asking for you is to release these men and women, because enough is enough. Enough is enough.
Yes.
I would ask our father to just please round up and give your last statement.
Thank you so much. On the issue of boycotting British interests, I don't think the problem is with the freedom fighters. Those of us who are already aware of what the British people are doing. Yes. Our problem is those of them that are there, and those of them, the business people that are still patronizing their interests. I think they have to wake up. They are asleep. Yes. They have to know that British people do not mean well to us. They hate us.
Yes.
They want us to die. So they have to wake up.
We have to boycott everything British. I think we have to carry that. It has to be something that we will do a program on that. We will do a program on this studio to create awareness, to boycott everything British.
Okay.
We have to do that.
All right.
And Fulani too.
Thank you, and
have
a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you.